Good morning and welcome back to the Teacher's Wake Up Call with Madame la Prof. What are we going to talk about today? I'm going to talk about what I have on my menu, so to speak, for the rest of the week. I'm going to Ottawa. I'm going to Ottawa not as a teacher, but as the president of l'Association québécoise pour l'enseignement du français langue seconde. I have two networking events, days, and who will I be meeting there tomorrow and on Friday? I will be meeting people from the Canadian Association of Second Language Teachers. I'm going to be meeting people from the North American... I can only say it in French. La Commission de l'Amérique du Nord de la Fédération internationale des professeurs de français. I'm going to be meeting people from the Canadian Association of Immersion Teachers. Because there's a difference between like immersion and French second language. Teachers who are in immersion aren't necessarily French second language teachers. They are possibly also science teachers that teach in French, okay? Just to give you an idea. So that's what we understand when we talk about immersion in Canada. And a bunch of other people who are active in the second language and immersion fields in Canada. It's not an academic conference. It's not an academic networking day. I'm sure we'll talk about like academics and research, but it's not the priority. At least not by I don't want to say the standards, but the agenda that was sent to us. I think we're very much going to focus on how we can support each other respectively in our respective fields. And I'm excited for that. I'm looking forward to that. That is something that, okay, let's brainstorm how we can best support each other. And the fundamental difference between, when I say my association, I mean the association I'm part of, okay? It's not mine, all right? But the major difference between my association and the others. So we're very small, all right? We represent Quebec, okay? But not just that. We also are limited in our manpower. Those who are contributing to the association are volunteers, right? We have a very small handful of paid part-time staff. The rest are teachers, are professionals, are retirees, are university students. They all give up their spare time to help with this. And that is tremendous. When you look at certain other associations like the Canadian Association of Immersion Teachers or Immersion Professionals, I can only say it in French, l'AQPI, l'Association canadienne des professionnels, des professeurs en immersion, they have like over 10,000 members. So they can afford a staff, right? They have their board and then they have their staff. We don't have that. We're happy. We're small, but we are slowly becoming a key figure in the French second language field in the province. We're getting more recognition because I don't want to say that the French second language field is not seen as favorably. But a lot of people take for granted that there is a considerable amount of people in the province who are learning French as a second language. And I'm not just talking about the Anglophones. And I think there are some people amongst the powers that be think that French second language is only done by Anglophones, but a lot of allophones also go through that system. It's not taught the same way, but there are a lot of people who benefit from French second language. And that has been an issue that I've been harping on for a few videos, where it's all fine and dandy to say that a person has gone through 2 or 3 years of learning French in a groupe d'accueil, a welcoming group where you learn French, very much a second language, and then you get like sent into French mother tongue. You know, the thing is, for some people it takes a long time to learn a language. It takes a very long time to learn a language. Some people are fascinated by it, and some people are, you know, they don't understand, they can't understand the mechanics of language, and they don't. And to assume that just because you've survived like 2-3 years in a welcoming group, in a groupe d'accueil, you're capable of doing French mother tongue. And then people wonder why French is suffering so much, that like there's the population has difficulty mastering, and that's a topic of another video, mastering French. Well, I think we need to rethink how we're delivering French as a second language. And I think AQEFLS, my association, is working hard to bridge the gaps. There's not just one gap, there are many little gaps. So whether it's with the Native people, Indigenous communities, whether it's with allophones or Anglophones, there are little gaps, and I think AQEFLS is doing its best to fill in and to bridge those gaps. So yeah, we're a small but mighty little group. So what do I do when I'm gone for 2 days? It's like I prep activities. Well, I mean, I'm not kidding when I say that sometimes it's more work when you're gone than when you're actually at school. It's a different type of work. Thankfully, we've got a workbook that I can like assign pages, and students are going to complete it. Oh my God, sorry, that was an odd burp. Maybe I need more coffee. So I've already got my work planned. Okay, I already have it planned, and it's very straightforward. I joke with my students and I tell them, it's like, oh, you're gonna get some time off from me, and they say, no, miss, we're gonna miss you. It's like, please, you know, you're enjoying the fact that I'm not there. So yeah. So I've got that, and I already have my week planned next week. That's one thing I wanted to talk about. I don't know what happened, what I did, but I basically have the next week and a half ready to go. I don't have to stress. I don't have to worry. I don't have to think about, oh my God, I need to. No. I've got all of this ready to go for next week. Yes. And I know that's a lot of paper. It's a lot of paper, and I'm trying to minimize the photocopies, but I'm kind of like doing like a little balance between the work that I give them online, like in Google Classroom, and the work that I give them, because there's some students who are great online, and other students, they don't like having a digital copy. They want to have that paper copy so they can highlight and they can like write notes, and that's amazing. I love that. That's so old school. anytime somebody says, like, you know, the students don't know how to take notes and they don't, I can see it. I can see it. So it's amazing. It's amazing. So I've got my week prepped. Yes, I've got my week prepped so I don't have to stress this weekend. So, and hopefully next week, I will make sure that the following week I'm ready as well so I can really relax Thanksgiving weekend. Yeah. So on that lovely note, folks, I'm probably going to film some content over the next 2 days while I'm in Ottawa. So I'm going to make sure I bring all my mic and my setup so I can film from the event. We're in Ottawa. I don't know. I'm not going to have the time to do any sightseeing. That's for sure. I might do a bit of walking. I might take some pictures of Parliament Building. It's a pretty building. It's a pretty building. But it's not going to be a sightseeing visit. So have yourselves an awesome, awesome day.